I'd like to introduce you to an exciting new development by Allen Organ Company called GeniSys Voices. GeniSys Voices adds hundreds of sounds to any organ stop list and combines them in thousands of ways in an easy-to-use, integrated approach that's never been possible before. Let me show you what it's all about. I'd like to show you a GeniSys registration that I've created using the 8 GeniSys voices on this instrument. They're divided among the pedal, swell, great, and choir manuals. There are 2 voices on each division, and let's take a look at each of them individually, and then I'll show you how I combine them to an incredible result, all from the great manual of the instrument. So first of all, we've got in the pedal a tuba, and a bassoon, and of course we can play them both at the same time. And we can play them from the bass coupler of the Allen organ, which allows us to key the pedal registration on the great manual, but only on the lowest note that we're playing. So if I play many notes, you'll see only one sounds. And we'll show you how impressive and effective that is in just a moment when we combine it with other sounds. On the swell manual, I've got an oboe and I've got a piccolo. Both wonderful sounds. On the choir, I've got a lovely little harpsichord. And what I love about this harpsichord is that you don't only just hear the attack of the sound, you hear the release as well. Listen. You hear the plectrum as it returns to its resting position and brushes the string on the return. Very, very realistic. The other voice that is registered on the choir manual is French horn. One of the really impressive and useful tools available in GeniSys Voices is that we can limit any voice to the portion of the keyboard on which it's most useful. This French horn isn't much use all the way down at the bottom. It doesn't sound like a French horn, and we wouldn't use it up here. So I've limited the French horn just to that portion of the keyboard. That makes it supportive to the inner voices that I'm going to play and combine on the great. At the same time, the flute, or piccolo, isn't much good down at this range of the keyboard, and so I've limited it to the top. But when I combine the swell and the positif, I can get the flute up here, and the French horn down here. And so I can combine flute, French horn, and harpsichord, and even add the oboe if I want. Or switch back and forth between the oboe and the flute. Lots of different combinations. Okay, on the great manual, I've got 2 different string settings. I'll take that bass coupler off for a moment. Just the strings. And the second string setting is more like an ensemble of solo players. Without as much vibrato. When we combine them, we get sort of the best of both worlds. Now we're going to couple the positive sounds, the French horn and the harpsichord, up to the strings. We're We're going to couple in the bass coupler. We'll add a few pedal 16-foot stops to give it even a little firmer foundation. And we'll finally add the melody coupler. And now I'm going to play Joy to the World, easy as pie, and all from the great manual, and it sounds like a wonderful little Baroque orchestra. By changing the swell pedal and reducing the volume of the woodwind sounds, I get just the string ensemble. Adding back in the oboe and the flute and expressing the swell, increasing the volume, listen what happens. Turn off the French horn. Turn off the bass coupler. Turn back on the French horn. Bring up the flute. Change it to the oboe. Back to just the strings. Add the bass coupler again. Add the solo voices in the swell, and the whole ensemble comes together. I hope you've enjoyed this demonstration of GeniSys Voices' versatility. We've just scratched the surface. There are literally thousands of other registrations that are possible. And I hope you'll make an appointment to play a GeniSys Voice organ yourself at an Allen showroom near you. Thanks for watching.